What is going on, everybody? This is hey, it's me, Josh. Um, Also known as the Honest Texan. You can go check out thehonest.texan.com. Again, that's thehonest.texan.com. HONEZT.com. First one is going to be HR 1808, the weapons ban bill, the assault weapons ban bill, whatever that is. But that's actually by Representative David Cicilline out of Rhode Island, Democrat. He introduced the bill on the 11th of March of last year. So right now it is going through. I believe it's only been introduced and it's going through the committees. Uh, so it has not gone to the House just yet, and it has not gone to the Senate, of course. But I'm gonna give you the summary. This bill makes it a crime to knowingly import, sell, manufacture, transfer, or possess a semi automatic assault weapon or large capacity ammunition feeding device. Yep. The prohibition does not apply to a firearm that is manually operated by a bolt, pump, lever, or slide action. It is permanently inoperable or an antique or a rifle or shotgun specifically identified by make and model. The bill also exempts from the prohibition the following with respect to the acronym SAW or LCAFD, which is what I explained earlier. I just didn't say SAW. But it is importation, sale, manufacture, transfer, or possession related to certain law enforcement efforts or authorized tests or experiments. Importation, sale, transfer, or possession related to securing nuclear materials, and possession by a retired law enforcement officer. Side note, I don't think it is actually illegal under the Second Amendment to actually own a nuclear weapon. Not saying that, you should give everybody a nuclear weapon, but I'm just saying, nuclear weapon wouldn't be at least a tactical nuke. I would actually like to have a tactical nuke. But, that's besides the point. I digress. Um, the bill permits the continued possession, sale, or transfer of a grandfathered saw, which must be secured, stored. A licensed gun dealer must conduct a background check prior to the sale or transfer of a grandfathered firearm between private parties. Okay, people, if you buy a gun, and this is just based on my memory from buying a gun, I plan on buying one again soon. Hopefully, I can buy a few more before they all get banned, apparently. If you go and buy a firearm, a pistol, a handgun, a rifle, albeit a bolt action, semi-auto, lever action, those kind of rifles, single action, all that kind of stuff, or a shotgun, pump, or semi-automatic. They're gonna run a background check on you regardless. Doesn't matter who you are. They're gonna run a background. If you go to a legitimate licensed gun dealer, firearm dealer, they're gonna run a background check on you regardless. I think there's a lot of people that don't know jack squat about firearms and about the process of firearms and how to buy one and everything like that. If you go and buy a firearm, at least in the state of Texas, you are gonna have to be age. I think what is it, 18 or 21? I don't know. 21 for a handgun, 18 for a rifle. Yeah. So, but you're gonna have to if you buy a firearm in the state of Texas, they're gonna run your background through the FBI database. They have done that with me plenty of times. And if there is any problem, they won't sell you. They won't sell it to you or anything like that. If you're a felon, you already know you cannot buy a legitimate gun. We already know this. Which is why most criminals, most felons, do not buy their guns from a store. I'm not gonna cuss today. I've cussed in the past. I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it friendly, family friendly. But they're criminals. Criminals are not gonna care about the law. Like bona fide, real criminals, they don't care. They don't care about the law at all. And they're going to get their guns. They're going to get whatever weapons they can, however they can, wherever they can, whenever they can. That's just what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. I don't know why people don't understand that. But yes, in the state of Texas and probably elsewhere, there's constitutional carry. I think it's constitutional carry in 20 other states. Don't quote me on that. I don't have none of these stats up in front of me just yet. But there is constitutional carry in the state of Texas, so I am happy about that. Uh, but if you're trying to buy a firearm, if you are really trying to buy a firearm, you can buy one, but again, if you buy one online, the sale will go through, but it'll tell you have to go through a FFL dealer or wherever you bought it from. And then you have to go there, and once you go there, you have to show your identification and all that. You have to sign a whole bunch of papers, documentation, and it will put you through the FBI database as a background check. So when people say that there are no background checks, they're full of BS. There are background checks in place. It just sometimes law enforcement just messes up, as you saw in Uvalde, and as you see or as you have seen in the past with the Buffalo shooting. And I guess I can just go on and on, but I'm not. But I'm not gonna rag on law enforcement today. I don't hate the police like I used to. Matter of fact, there are a lot of good police officers that I have met. And I know I've been getting off topic, but hey, it is what it is. But this bill permits continued possession of, but prohibits sale or transfer of a grandfathered LCFD. Newly manufactured firearms must display a serial number identification, which, okay, all firearms except for the ones that are 3D printed have a serial number on it. Even when you're putting parts together, even when you're putting an AR-15 together, whatever parts you buy online, whatever parts you do have, or whatever parts you're buying, they have a serial number on there. They know where they're coming from. I don't know why. See, this is someone that doesn't know jack squat about guns, in my opinion. I don't, and I'm not the expert. I'm not a complete expert. I'm speaking as a person who has been through the process and who's someone who has owned firearms in the past. If you want to know more about firearms, how I did it, I went to Hickok 45 YouTube channel. I went to Iraq 88, Iraq Veteran 88 YouTube channel. I went to my favorite dude when it comes to guns, Colin Noir, black brother. He knows a lot about guns. He's also a lawyer. Go look at those. Go look at those channels, and there's probably a whole bunch of other channels dedicated to firearms and firearm safety. And also, just look at the gun laws in your area. Because, this is ridiculous right here. Serial number identification. That makes no sense. Newly manufactured saws and must display the date of manufacture. Okay, whatever. The bill also allows a state or local government to use Edward Bine Memorial Justice Assistant Grant Program funds to compensate individuals who surrender a firearm under a buyback program. This is where they want to go ultimately. See, I didn't believe it at first, but I'm starting to see it. This is where they ultimately want to go. They want to get everybody registered so they know who you are, they know who has it, and they want to do a buyback program, a mandatory buyback program, which is stupid, but a mandatory buyback program that you might have paid $5,000 for your firearm. You might have paid over $1,000. You might have paid a few $100s for it. But you're not going to get that much for it, not what you pay for it. You're dang sure not going to get for what you pay for it. But this is what they want. And again, I'm not a Republican and I'm not a Democrat. I'm just a guy. I'm independent. Actually, I voted independent. I voted this past election, vote for a Democrat and for a Republican. But, that's only because I looked at both sides. I looked at the candidates and I voted for who I thought was the best representative for me and for this country and for the state. With that said, that's a whole nother topic I can go on and rant about, but I'm trying to just keep it towards this because this is crazy. Again, this is Representative David Cicilline out of Rhode Island. He's a Democrat. Right now it's in the House Judiciary. There are 212 co-sponsors of the bill. All of them are Democrat. So, you can't say it's Republicans. Although I did not like the bipartisan gun bill or gun law or whatever you want to call it that they passed recently, which is, I think, is BS. But it is what it is. So, and like my Star Wars hat, yep, Empire, ironically, because United States and shit. But sorry, I wasn't gonna cuss, so I apologize. But let's see if I can go deeper into this text. Okay. Yeah, it bans high capacity magazines, which typically for a rifle these days, a semi automatic rifle, 30 round magazines are standard. Literally are standard for those rifles. And if you're trying to get like a, let's see, a 308, or you're trying to get a what's that called? It escaped my mind right now. Son of a gun. It's 308 chambered, but bolt action. Sorry, if you're trying to get a bolt action rifle, typically those come in 5 or 10 rounds. But this bill also kind of bans hunting rifles, which those would also be, which is crazy. It bans the pistol grips, the forward grips. This bill bans everything. And for some reason they got a grenade launcher on here, but it bans a grenade launcher, which whatever. I would love to have a grenade launcher, to be honest with you, because I would actually love to blow up a hay bale, believe it or not. Yep, a hay bale. You know why? Because they're huge and not too much can happen. I mean, besides you might get pricked with a needle or something. But why not blow up a hay bale? Maybe add a couple of cans of fuel, see what happens. Of course, in a safe and controlled environment. Okay, people, don't actually go do that. It's probably been done already. Go watch it on YouTube. But yes, this bill effectively bans everything, and it bans all AKs. It bans all AK types. It bans the AK, the AK-47, AK-74, the AKM, the AKS, the ARM, the MAK-90, all of it. It bans every last one of it. And I'm sorry. I mean, this bill just pisses me off each time I watch it. It bans all AR-10s. It bans AR-15s, all AR types. This is what the bill says. All AR types, including the following: AR-10, AR-15, Alexander Arms Overmatch Plus 16, the Armalite rifle, the Armalite M15 22 LR, 22, the Armalite M15T, the Barrett rifle, the Beretta AR-70. I'm not gonna go through all this, but it bans everything. Literally bans everything. And this is why I think that you have people within the government, you have Congress people like Representative Cicilline from Rhode Island that will ban all your guns, that want to take all your guns, but will have private security. That will have or use police as their private security, or they'll have their own little private security team because they are out there. And they'll be carrying the MP5s, they'll be carrying all kind of weaponry that will be able to be legal for them, but not for you. Meanwhile, you're trying to get up from the grocery store and you're trying to walk home, and some punk or someone tries to mug you, or someone tries to rob you in the when you're going to your car or something like that, and you don't have a gun. What do? You're just gonna have to give up, which sucks because you should be able to protect yourself. By the right of God, by the given rights that are given us by God, you have the right to protect yourself. That and we have enshrined that in our Constitution as a Second Amendment. But this bill would ban all of that. And this is what I really don't like about this bill. I mean, this is probably the one thing, the wording of it, that really pisses me off, that really makes me mad. It is to regulate assault weapons to ensure that the right to keep and bear arms is not unlimited and for other purposes. To ensure that the right to keep and bear arms is not unlimited. That ain't what the Second Amendment says, but the Second Amendment says for the right to bear arms, to keep it. No, let me just pull that up because damn, I am misquoting that, and I don't want to misquote it. I really don't. But it shall not be infringed. I'm just gonna say that. A well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. That is the Second Amendment. That is not the whole Second Amendment, but that is the Second Amendment in a nutshell. But here, this representative wants to ensure that the right to keep and bear arms is not unlimited and for other purposes. So you can't protect yourself. I mean, we already see it in Chicago. We see it all over. Chicago is not the most dangerous city in the United States. I believe St. Louis might be number one, but Chicago has been up there, or at least in the top five for the past decade or so. I mean, they call it Chirac, but there's a lot of stuff that goes into Chicago and why it is where it is today. It's a lot of corruption, a lot of political corruption that's going on in Chicago. I mean, especially right now, you look at the mayor of Chicago who looks like Beetlejuice. Yeah, Beetlejuice. Uh, I mean, yeah, no, I mean, she has her own private security team. She uses the police as her private security. But again, she doesn't want anyone else in the city of Chicago to use guns to protect themselves. I mean, you should be able to protect yourself from anyone that wants to commit a crime against you, that wants to do harm against you. You should be able to do so. That's why, personally, I wish constitutional carry would be for the whole of the United States. It should be for the whole of the United States. But, that remains to be said. That remains to be seen. I can only hope. Yeah. But this bill effectively bans all weapons. It does. It bans everything. It bans all firearms. It bans semi-automatics. It bans bolt actions. Even though it says it doesn't, but it does. High-capacity magazines, which, again, the standard magazine is 30 rounds. This for a AR-15. The standard magazine for a 1911, I believe, is like 7 rounds or something like that. The standard magazine for, depending on what pistol you get, what semi-automatic pistol you get, can be 15 to 18 or 15 to 17 rounds. It all just depends. Now, you can buy extended magazines, of course. Yeah, you can buy the 100-round drums. You can buy the 100-round mags. You can, all of that. I mean, you can buy the extended magazine, which is like, what, depends, 20, 25 rounds, I think. I'm not entirely sure on that. Look that up. But, yeah, this effectively bans all guns. This is H.R. 1808. And, again, this is by David Cicilline of Rhode Island. He's a Democrat. And, again, co-sponsored by 212 people that are Democrats. Yeah, this is one of those things where I'm not saying that I don't think this is going to make it through, because I don't think this is going to make it through. But it's the fact that this is what they're trying to do. And if they get enough power, then this is exactly what they're going to do. I mean, our government is corrupt. Our government is highly corrupt. And you see it every day. You can see how they treat the American people. They treat the American people like crap. So whenever November rolls around, whenever the elections again comes around, vote for people who have the American people's best interest at heart. Except California, we're going to exclude Californians. Even though I know some people in California and they're cool, but it's y'all's laws are absolute garbage, in my opinion. But again, this is the H.R. 1808 assault weapons ban of 2021 that represented by David Cicilline, Democrat of Rhode Island, sponsored by 212 Democrats. It's in the House committee. So if and when it passes that, then it'll go to the House for a vote, and the House is going to vote on it. But I don't think it's going to pass the Senate. So, yeah, get a gun while you can. Be responsible. Be responsible with your guns. There's too many kids getting into their parents' guns, and it's too many irresponsible people with guns as it is. But or at least they're not all that updated on the safety of it. But seriously, I encourage everyone, if you've never bought a gun, go out and check out the process, and see for yourself, and see that they have already instituted a lot of these things that they want to do. But see for yourself. this has been an interesting experience doing this for the first time again. Y'all have a good one. May the force be with you. God bless Texas. And yeah, have a good day.